Let's be honest. Home services can be a crowded space. Whether you're a roofer, painter, landscaper, or a blinds company like mine, there's always somebody out there willing to undercut you on price. But here's the truth. You don't have to win on price to win in the business. In fact, racing to the bottom on price is one of the fastest ways to burn yourself out. What really creates lasting success is client satisfaction. I'm Amber Hoffman from the Blueprint to Business, and we're here to help home services business owners scale their businesses and end up with more quality leads and drive them to profitability. So, what really creates lasting success and client satisfaction? Building such a strong experience that customers not only come back, but they tell their friends about you. So today, I want to share 7 secrets to boosting client satisfaction that we've learned firsthand running our own home services business. And these aren't theories. These are real strategies that you can start using today. So secret number 1, compete on service, not price. In almost every home services market, there's a low cost provider. But here's the secret. Most homeowners don't actually want the cheapest option. They want the best value. And value comes from trust, professionalism, and peace of mind. For example, when we show up on time with branded vans and clean uniforms, it immediately signals professionalism. When we give clear estimates, answer questions directly, and don't cut corners, it builds trust. And that level of trust and service beats saving a couple of $100 with a company that doesn't return calls or leaves a mess behind. In one case, I was up against a estimate from Costco for some window coverings, and I came in higher than Costco did. And the client said to me, "Are you going to be able to beat Costco on price?" And I said, "Probably not. I am not a big box store. I'm a small, locally women-owned business." And we did come up higher than Costco, about 10%, and that client went with us. The same thing happened again with Costco a couple months later. And the client really didn't want to go to Costco because they had messed up their shutter install and caused damage to their staircase. They went with us because they knew that we were local. We actually only lived about 3 miles from them, and that we would follow up every step of the way. And that level of trust and service can be more important for a lot of homeowners than saving just a couple of $100. So instead of thinking, how do I drop my price? Think, how do I add more value through service? And that's where there are wins. So, secret number 2, communicate every step of the way. Most customer complaints in home services come down to one thing: communication. Clients don't expect perfection, but they do expect to be kept in the loop. So communicate early and often. Confirm appointments, send reminders, give updates on the status of the project. If you're running behind, let them know, and then follow up again after the job is done. One of the simplest things we do, we text clients before we arrive and then again after the install to check in. And those texts before we arrive, when it comes to booked appointments, our CRM does that automatically. And any opportunity that you have that you can automate these personalized one off communications, so much the better. That extra touch reduces stress for the homeowner and builds confidence. When people feel heard and are kept informed, their satisfaction skyrockets. So, secret number 3, personal touches from the owner. This one surprises people the most. When the owner of a business shows up, even briefly, it can completely change that customer's perception of the company and the job that was just completed. We've had clients literally say, "Oh my gosh, the owner is here," when I stop by at the end of an install or when I call the next day to thank them personally. At one drapery install, I actually showed up at the end just to check in, and we deliver a nice little thank you gift. And the woman was so impressed, she actually dragged her husband out of his office to introduce me to her husband because she said no one ever does that. That small act, well, that creates a story the client tells later. The owner came by to check the work. It doesn't take much time, but it does add massive value. Even in a larger company, building a culture where leadership check ins with customers make clients feel important and cared for can be super valuable. Secret number four, surprise and delight. Now, I learned this phrase, surprise and delight, from the hospitality industry. We used to do social media consulting and social media management for hospitality brands like Marriott. I've been on the receiving end of this, but I hadn't heard this phrase, surprise and delight. And in hospitality, they're always looking for ways to treat every customer and every client like a VIP. And we've tried to institute that same thing in our home services business. One of our favorite things we do, particularly for larger projects, is we give a little branded jar of honey. Now, our company, Bumblebee Blinds, honey, so it's on theme. It's not expensive, but it's memorable. Clients love it and it connects back to our brand. We also make a point of letting them know that it is local Colorado honey. It's not something that we're ordering off of Amazon. So think about what small gift or token of appreciation fits your business. Maybe it's a simple thank you card, a coupon for future service, or a small seasonal gift. These little touches make customers feel appreciated, and they're far more likely to leave a positive review, refer you to a friend, or mention you in a Facebook group. So, secret number five, train your team to care. Customer satisfaction isn't about the owner, it's about the entire team. We make sure our installers and consultants are trained not only on the technical side, but also on the customer service side. Things like introducing themselves, respecting the home, cleaning up, white glove service, and thanking the client before leaving. When every team member treats the job site like their own home, clients notice that. And when clients see that culture of care across the entire team, it reinforces trust in your company. We've even had some of our installers get to know our clients pretty well so that when they go back for a second visit, they're able to follow up with them and ask them about their dog, their cat. One of our sales reps remembers the name of every pet and every child in the household. And that sort of difference, it just means so much to clients. Secret number six, ask for feedback and reviews. Another overlooked part of customer satisfaction is asking for feedback. After a job, don't just assume the client is happy, ask them. We use quick texts. We send QR codes to gather reviews on Google, but sometimes we also ask a simple question. Is there anything we could have done better? That not only helps us improve, it shows the client that we care. When you ask, most clients will say they had a great experience, and that affirmation often turns into a public review or a referral to a friend or family member, which those reviews and those referrals are pure gold for your reputation and future business. And that just snowballs over time. Secret number seven, build long term relationships. The last secret is thinking beyond the single job. Too many businesses treat installs or projects as one and done, but the real satisfaction and profitability comes from building those long term relationships. Follow up months later with a seasonal reminder, a maintenance tip, even a little holiday card. Stay top of mind so when the client needs something else or knows someone who does, you're the first company that they think of. Customer satisfaction isn't just about one great experience. It's about building relationships that last years. So there you have it, seven secrets to boosting client satisfaction in home services. Compete on service, not price. Communicate every step of the way. Add a personal touch from the owner. Surprise and delight with small gifts. Train your team to care. Ask for feedback and reviews, and do your best to build those long-term relationships. If you focus on these, you won't need to play the price cutting game. You'll build a business that wins through trust, professionalism, and customer loyalty. And here's the kicker. Satisfied clients don't just come back, they bring their friends. And that's how to create not only better client experience, but also a more profitable and sustainable business. So what do I ask of you today? Subscribe to the channel, set up those notifications, and let me know in the comments, what are some ways that you've trained your team to provide surprise and delight moments, to show that they care? What are ways that you've been able to grow your business through top-notch client experiences and customer service?